What up, man?
What it do?
Man, not much, man. How's everything?
Man, good, man. I can't complain. Life is good, you
Man, I
know.
feel like you always happy every time I see
Man, why be sad? I just posted something said, "Don't worry, be happy." Bobby McFerrin, man.
you. Yeah, man.
That's
Look
what
at
it's
that.
all about.
Don't worry.
Be
Be
happy.
happy. Well, look, to go ahead and tell the people what you do, your name, all that other extra good shit.
Well, my name is Prince Howard, better known as Publishing Guru. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. I've been in the music game approximately since 2003, 4. First as an investor, then as a business manager, then as a manager of producers, and then on to publishing, which I've been proficient in the last 6 years.
All right. What made you like get attracted to like publishing? Like,
Well, basically, becoming an investor and being on the business side, because I was a financial consultant before this had my own company, you have to find where the money is in any new area that you're going in.
right,
What I found out was that producers and songwriters, that's one part of the money, publishing,
right,
and the other part was master rights, which is the actual label itself putting out the artist.
right,
So those are the two places where the bones are buried in terms of money, and it's probably one of the easiest ways for creatives to not get their full due when it comes to what the work that they are giving to the majors.
right,
So I delve more into it to see how these guys get paid, and when I delved into it, I'm like, a lot of these guys are not correctly registering their works. They're not doing a lot of the things that allows them to participate in their full, spectrum of money
right.
that's out there. So that's how I really started to love it and the business of it, because I was managing Cool Lace and Ryan Adams for the D4L project, and I didn't know anything myself. I knew what publishing was, but
Right.
in terms of delving into it, I didn't know all the nuances. So I got an attorney for them, and they're still straight on their publishing to this day because I knew
Right.
basic business, because I didn't come from creative. I came from business and making money.
Right.
So my mindset is, you need to get your money. So I need to
Right.
find where you need to get it. And the first step is making sure you have a correct producer agreement and split sheets. So
Right.
that's where we started.
Right. No, that's real. So what makes people like scared of publishing then? Like it seems like publishing is like the spooky word when it comes to
Man, it's funny because I don't think publishing more so is the word itself. It's the attention to detail to learn about how you're getting paid. And a lot of people don't want to take the time to get knowledge. They don't want to take the time to study and to know exactly what they're doing as a creative to you making these beats. How am I getting paid? So it's a lot of people don't want to go and learn. They'd rather hear from somebody. But my thing is, when me growing up with everything that I've ever done was to study to show yourself approved, so that you can know it yourself.
right.
Because I can tell you anything and you'll do it, but it may not be right. But you need
Right.
to study it. You need to learn what a split sheet is. You need to when you're in the room creating this stuff, what percentages is assigned? What is a hook? How much is that? What is the production? If two people producing a beat, how you splitting that up?
Right.
All this stuff is important, because when you turn this stuff into the labels, that credit is what makes your career. If you do not correctly appropriate that, you're not getting paid.
Right.
And so for me, it's about more so not being scary about it, but really delving into it so you know what the hell you're doing.
Right.
And a lot of people I notice in music don't care until it's time to get a check. You need to care before then.
Right.
Care before you damn need the money to go buy you a car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or get you some health insurance or invest or whatever. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So my thing is, if people paid attention more, they wouldn't be so scared. And then most people are scared because they already done messed it up and they need to get it straight.
Right. So then they got to go further in
Exactly.
the hole in order to get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Look, but see, so if I'm a new artist though, if I'm a new producer or whatever, like it's so many versions of a pub deal. You know what I mean? Like you got your co-pub, you got your admin,
Right.
just full pub.
Yeah.
So if I'm this person who maybe just took off with this hit, or maybe just on all aspects, like this
Right.
my beat done, oh shoot, I done got whatever record. Like what do you recommend as far as like the right publishing deal?
Right. Well, I think it all depends on where a creative is in their journey financially.
Okay.
Personally,
Okay.
a lot of producers take a lot of time in the beginning, spending a lot of money, putting a lot of money up front to finance themselves, being able to be in a position to be able to shop a record and to get it to where it needs to be, invested in relationships and time.
Right.
So think about somebody that's an entrepreneur, or let's use this for an example, flipping a house.
Right.
Okay, you buy the house, you get the hard money lender. You know what I'm saying? You get you a 80 to 20 LTV with a loan to value, whatever that may be.
Right.
You're putting money up, but first, before you see any money, guess what? You got to renovate it so somebody want to buy it.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I see the same thing with producers. They're putting up money. They're getting their equipment. They're making sure they sound is right. They're spending time on this. They mixing their records to make sure it's the highest quality possible so they can be good.
Right.
So between that, you're already in the deficit. So what I say is, like, when you have a dope record and a hot record or a few hot records, it's good. Co-publishing deals are good.
Right.
If you have a body of work where you have quite a few records, administration is a good way to go. Or if the record is big enough, then you can do an admin deal as well. You see what I'm saying? And it's less money though. So a co-publishing deal is a partnership between a publishing company and a creator. A songwriter or producer or artist.
Right.
And so what they do is they share in the ownership, and what the publishing company promises to do or should be doing is helping the creative get more placements or putting them in position so that they can get more work.
Right.
Because who wants to you do a deal, you not recoup, because all the advances are recoupable.
Right.
So you have co-publishing, and a lot of people are like, well, co-publishing deals are bad, this and that. Well, the thing about it is it's a partnership, so they're only participating in 50%, 50-50 of the publisher's share of your works.
Right.
Not in your writer's
I'm
share.
about to say, I want you to break that part down.
Yeah.
A lot of people just think.
Right.
it's
So that's
50%
20, and then that's 25%.
Right.
So admin, there's a percentage for them continuing to collect your publishing rights and your royalties all over the world.
Right.
So that's an admin fee.
Right.
So that's on top of that. So if you look at most pub deals, the publishing company is not participating in more than 30% of your total publishing.
Right.
So that's what people get it twisted. Admin is just the administration percentage for them helping collect your stuff. That's it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you have catalog deals where people are buying catalog. They buying whole percentages, or you can sell percentages. You don't have to sell the 100%. You can sell 50. You can sell 25 and see what that looks like. Most people are doing catalog deals to finance future things, especially if they're still active and still producing works, so you can create another one. Look what Dream did. He sold a percentage of his catalog. But he's up for Songwriter of the Year. He done created a whole nother catalog.
Right.
So that's for people who are continuously working. There's other people who want to use it for retirement, based upon the worth and the records and the big singles that they have. So those are the different deals that you can do. You know what I'm saying? So it all depends where you at. And I say to every creator, don't listen to everything that somebody tells you. Go by what your situation is.
Right.
Go by what's going on in your life personally. And then you have companies, and you can decide which company best fits what you need.
Gotcha.
We had the same thing with a couple of my clients right now, choosing those right situations.
How does a person determine? I mean, I understand like the situation as far as like contractually or whatever, but like, how do you choose like what's the best company that offers the best or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, because what differentiates the companies, the publishing companies?
Well, definitely, I've dealt with quite a few of all of them, pretty much, and the main thing is who is excited about you.
Okay, the same thing as a record deal.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Who's excited about you as a producer? Who's gonna help you further your career? Who do you feel comfortable with personally that you can call and feel like they will answer your call and be there and be around for the lean times? If there's nothing going on, who's gonna bring you in a room and say, "Look, you were dope. You know, woo, 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 woo. I need you to come in this room. I know you've been moving around, you know, whatever."
Right.
That's what you want on a co-publishing deal. Admin deals is different. Can you collect? Do you have the means to collect all over the world? MLC, a sound exchange, collect everything. Can you collect my pub? Can you collect for me?
Right.
And that's based upon, you know, what you may know. You know, you got Warner Chappell, you got some smaller ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Admin situations. Cobalt, got Empire now. You got me now, Pacific Music Publishing. You know what I'm saying? So who's going to be there to make sure you're good and collect and get your check to you every quarter?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's on admin. But co-publishing is like, you know, getting a record deal. You know what I'm saying? Because you got many people, depending on how hot you are, it's going to come at you. So who do you feel comfortable with?
Got you. See, a lot of people go to publishing like for the advance. So what determines a creative's advance when going to get a publishing deal?
Okay. So, and that's the part, a lot of people try to compare publishing deals with artist deals.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But it's totally different. Because in publishing, it's black and white. Numbers don't lie.
Right.
All right. So you can't tell me and say, I want $1 million publishing deal, and you have no singles. They're all album cuts, and you got 15% or less in a record.
Right.
What are we doing? Now, depending on the artist, Justin Bieber or one of the bigger artists, you could still win because normally those albums go multi-platinum.
Right.
And most of the singles, at least 5 of them will go platinum, or three or less, you know, 2 or less. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the thing about it is the way everything's set up now, it's a singles world. So you aggregate those numbers based upon the percentage you have in the record. So the larger the percentage, the more money that it's worth.
Got you.
You see what I'm saying? Because you're dealing with streams, downloads, YouTube views, you know, all of the normal stuff that people look at for record deals. But at the same time, the numbers are different based upon the publishing percentage that you have in that record.
Right.
And so when you pull that together, that decides what the advance or the total amount of the deal could be. And you can go up or you can go down or stay right there where that number is. The bigger companies will overpay. Sony ATV, Warner Chappell, because they're in it for market share.
So you got to explain that one.
So market share, right now, Sony ATV is the leading music publisher in the world right now.
Right.
Behind that, I think, Universal Music might be. Well, no, Sony ATV, then Universal. They overtook UMG. Then you got Cobalt.
Right.
Those are your big 3. Then you have everybody else, Independent, Pulse. You got, you know, man, there's so many of them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's how everything rolls. And usually the independents are more aggressive because they're trying to go for the big fish. They're trying to get that hot producer because they're trying to build their profile. So sometimes they're going to beat out a bigger major because the major's so big, they can't concentrate everywhere.
Right.
So, and now most of the majors, whereas before it was more, they had A&Rs that matched the producers with song, you know, with the artists and the labels. Now it's not really that much. So a lot of these producers out here fending for themselves with their managers, placements.
Right.
So it's not really publishing company like it was before. It wasn't true partnership. So a lot of people getting these co-pub deals and they thought they got an advance. They good.
Right.
But then where to work at? So now by the time they recoup and they get ready for that second option, they don't have no placements going into it because there's no real A&R going on. So for me, the aim of my publishing company is to really create A&Rs, hire A&Rs, really have a real ecosystem for the people that are signed so that they can continue to get work and continue to be successful.
No, that makes sense. So, with that being said, song deal or term deal?
You can do.
Matter of fact, explain both of those actually. A song,
Okay.
What is a song deal versus a term
So,
deal?
so a song deal is basically a deal that you can make with the labels. You can go directly to the label, and the label can be like, "Look, you hot. I need 10 records from you, and I'll give you $100,000."
The label will give you 100,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a song deal.
Okay.
Now that's separate from a publishing deal. All that does is make sure you have more placements.
No, so what I'm thinking, what I was told at least, like you can go in there. It could be like 3 songs, but they base it off of 100% of a song. So
Right.
that's what I was thinking versus 2 years or 3-year deal. You see
Oh
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Well, that's under the publishing situation.
That's what I'm talking about, the pub side.
Oh yeah. So the term deal is basically a new concept that started when I started doing publishing deals. So basically, a term deal is a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, no MDRCs, which is a minimum delivery requirement. That's what that means.
Gotcha.
So in the old deals, you have to deliver 6 records, and they have to equal 50%. You have to have 50% in a record. Each record, but who is doing 50% on these records?
Yeah, that's
now?
why people get stuck in like 3,
so
4,
they'll be
5
in the
songs.
deal for 10, 15 years.
Right.
But they would recoup the money, but then they hadn't satisfied the MDRC, so they sitting there like, man, shawty, when I'm going, I gotta get 15 more records to equal this 50%.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because you only getting 15% per record. Because you had co-producers on those records and other people. You see what I'm saying? So I've had clients in those situations. You know what I'm saying?
How you get them out?
Well, you just get a nice attorney, and you.
I ain't in it.
You know what I'm saying? And then the old deals didn't even have streaming in them. We are totally streaming now. We ain't even selling physical copies. So I looked at an old Sony ATV deal. I was like, man, this is archaic as hell, but he was still had to fulfill those requirements. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
So basically, you had to, an attorney, you know what I'm saying, go through it, restructure it. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you stuck. So the new deals, no MDRCs, 3 years, everything within the deal that you place is there. You get, credit for those, and then you're an admin for probably 4 to 5 years after the deal on everything that's collected in those 3 years, or that's placed in those 3 years, which makes it easier for the creative because they don't have to worry about satisfying something. They can work freely and place records, and then the company can really partner with them correctly, because those were, slavery deals, man. Like, you're in a pub deal for 20 years. You know what I'm saying?
God damn. Yeah, that's
15
crazy.
years. You
Trying
know
to
what I'm
fulfill
saying?
a song.
Yeah, the songs, because that's the MDRC situation you're talking about within the old deal.
Right.
But you can do deals with the companies where it's a one song, a one-off. We call those one-offs.
Right.
So I did a deal for the producer who did Worth It.
What's that? Worth It?
YK Osiris.
Okay,
Worth It record.
Yeah.
So I was able to get him a nice sum of money for the Worth It, but it was just one song. He still got the rest of his catalog. He can go get a deal with the other.
You can get a publishing deal off one song?
Yeah.
I know you can get a deal off of one song, but you can do
a
deal
co-publishing deal
off
off
one song.
One song. Look how big that record was. Double platinum.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I just didn't know you can.
Yeah, I done about 8 one-off deals.
What's the benefit in it? Just
Well,
getting the money up front.
Getting that money up front, they collect on it, and the rest of your catalog is still free. You can take the rest of the catalog if you had 20, 30 more placements, and you can go and do another deal somewhere else. So you got that money to pump you up. We give you a little lunch money,
right?
And then after that, you can go do a bigger deal. By then, you may have another big record somewhere.
How long is that deal though? Is that like a?
It's usually like a 3-4 year deal.
3-4 years?
Yeah, it's depending on the company. Like the company they did it with, I think it was a 3-year deal, admin, and then of course, he gets,
then he get his
sync
cut?
rights, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a game changer when they start doing that.
It's been around.
Really?
But see, a lot of these people don't know how to access the deals and know what to do. I learned the song deal thing from Tim Kelly, Tim and Bob, old manager. That's what he was running around getting 10. He was telling me 10 songs, 300 grand. He was doing that with every label. You go to New York for 1 week, go and collect a meal from 5-6 different labels on song deals. That's outside of your publishing deal.
That's who? What?
That's outside of your publishing deal.
I never heard of. Outside of your publishing deal. Damn.
That ensures that you have constant placements.
Yeah. No. That's a game changer. I need to do a damn one-off or some shit like that. That's hard.
You get a record like you got a few singles, so
right. I could have got some for the first 3 years.
Yeah,
get that in the lump sum.
Yeah, get it in a lump sum. You're not worried about it because you're gonna recoup. You know what I'm saying? You still got your other catalog that you can.
I would have took that money and flipped.
That's what I'm saying. There you go. I got something you can flip it in.
Man. Look, that's always that business, man.
Always. I'm always on the business. You gotta be.
Right.
Hey, look, we in the flipping and going.
Right.
Keep going.
No, hell yeah, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I just hopped into this real estate market, so I'm just trying to save my coins, spend my coins, get some shit, flip that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, how does a person go about creating a publishing company? Because it can sound easy. It couldn't be like just creating an LLC and then you find some niggas and blah blah blah.
No.
So what's the process?
It's just like incorporating a business. Go to the state, incorporate, set up your bank account, make sure everything's situated there. Then you go and register the company with all of the PROs, ASCAP, BMI.
Yeah, you gotta explain that part to me because as a creative, we're only allowed to be with one.
Right, exactly.
As a publishing company, how do you set it up to be with all three? Like,
well, you have to be because think about it. I may sign you, but you're with BMI.
Right.
I may sign him, and he may be with ASCAP. So I have to be with all the PROs so that I can register the work.
Is it all under the same name, or is it
it's under the same name.
Okay, because I was explaining to it like I was so like Bad Boy and then Bad Boy South. It'd be like Bad Boy South with BMI, Bad Boy with ASCAP, or
no, I have my companies all the same.
All the same name with each.
Yeah, with both of them. And then CSAC, of course, once you get a client that you sign to a pub deal, then they accept you once that client is signed. Because they only,
CSAC.
Because it's about invitation only. You can't just go sign up with them.
Got you.
So I would need a client first, and then I would register with them.
Got you.
Yeah.
So in the publishing realm, what have you found to be the most lucrative as far as genre? Like, because I don't know all genres you deal with, but
I've been dealing with urban and hip hop, pretty much on the publishing, but I'm getting ready to branch off. Of course, there's some pop records in there too. So, but country is an area I'm going into. I found a couple producers that do that. You know what I'm saying? That got placement. And, Latin, too, as well.
Gotcha.
I'm getting ready to branch off into Latin, so I'm excited about, just being diverse. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, most of the producers, are producing R&B music and hip-hop stuff.
Right.
So, of course, you can build your company off of that, then expand. But I'm expanding and looking at different areas right now.
Got you. Was you ever fearful of like people knowing you of one thing, like knowing I'm this manager, knowing I'm like this financial advisor, and then it's like now I'm publishing? Was you ever in fear of like seeming like you jumping around to your peers or anything like that?
Well, unlike the creative realm, right, the business realm is different because at the end of the day, I don't care what you think.
Right.
Because I was a financial person, but I was also in the military.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was also behind politics and had other things. So
Right.
in music, I feel that I think you should know every area of the business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like on Lyrica's project, I A&R'd, executive produced, did the deal, did the marketing. I mean, you have to know everything.
Right.
And so it makes you more proficient. And on top of that, nobody can't tell you just anything because you already did it.
Right.
You feel me? Like, and so I'm not fearful of what people think. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it makes me more of a weapon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And makes me more of a diverse person that if I'm put here or if I'm here, it's going to be this way. If I'm there, it's going to be successful wherever, because it's about having an ear too, because you got to have an ear to be an A&R.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know there's a lot of A&Rs that don't have ears, but they're A&Rs. Yeah. Okay?
Right.
So I'm about practicing what I'm preaching, you know what I'm saying, by the accolades and the things that I've done. You can't deny that. You can't take that away from me.
Right.
So I'm an artist manager, producer manager, songwriter manager. I've headed a project. I've done record deals. I've done publishing deals. Now, label.
Right.
I got my own label, Sigma 4 Entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Now we into making stars.
Right.
You know, I know every aspect of the game.
Right.
And so I feel that the more you know, the more you can give and the more successful you can be when you enter something, you can hedge your risk.
Gotcha.
Because most people don't do things because they don't know how to hedge their risk. And so they just do it, and then they lose, and they wonder what happened. Well, you didn't study everything else that went along with this.
Right. No, that's
You feel
real.
me?
Yeah.
Okay, I can know publishing, but at the end of the day, I got to know how to place the records and who to put it on and how to do all of that, and what artists deserve this record,
Right.
who can perform this record. You know, there's so many different areas. So if you're not proficient in learning everything, you can bottle yourself in. But I'm never that way. I'm always wanting to learn more and do more.
Right. So when you like approaching a major act, like, does that change like your approach, like versus going to it like an independent act? You know what I'm saying? Because it's easier to talk to, like, hey man, you might need to put. Or then like this person has sold 1 million records. It's like, what is this publisher thinking to go into?
Yeah.
You know, like what are you thinking to talk to them to take them away from Cobalt?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just about the records. You know what I'm saying? When you mean in terms of present records?
No, I'm just talking about like if you want this artist to sign with your company.
Oh, okay. And look, you know, one thing I learned is it's about relationships, man. Like, I think when you building relationships and you're messing with somebody when nobody knew them, and you're consistent
Right.
in your communication and keeping up. I remember Slade the Monster.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example. Press, Lil Uzi Vert, you know him.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, he was engineering for me. A female rap artist I had like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. He coming to my place. We having pool parties, kicking it.
Right.
Stayed at my spot. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's a relationship before everything. He was making beats and he was working with Anthony Dent. He was over with Dent and Stevie J. And so I knew him from then. So the success, I told him he was hot then.
Right.
And he was the engineer that we paid to engineer the work.
Right.
So him coming from there and being where he's at is no surprise to me because I believed in him when he first started.
Got you.
So if he came to me now, he'll be like, Prince, I want to do a pub deal. If that's what he was looking, he would come and talk to me because I was already there.
Right.
Like a lot of people come after people, you know, after it makes sense for them to do it. You know what I'm saying? Me, I do it before. I like to build relationships that span time before you were successful. And even before I was who I am right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The same people believed in me from a business standpoint. So I don't really compete. I just have relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And secretly I'm competitive, but outwardly you would never know that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in any situation I go in, I'm trying to crush you.
Right, yeah.
So
nigga, that's the music industry.
So if somebody came in and said, "Oh, I give you this," I would have already offered it. Oh wow, there we go. So they're not gonna look at the second offer because I just gave them the first offer, which was equal to what they probably the same thing they would get, but that's gonna take them longer because they're bigger.
Right.
It's not gonna take me long because I'm the guy that makes the decision. Right. So I'm gonna always win, especially if I'm papered up, right?
Right. No,
okay. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah, facts, man. How did you come in the game, man? How did you come into the music industry?
Man, it's so weird because I came in as an investor with an artist, but my true start was managing my bro who I grew up with. He went to Doug. I'm from west side of ATL.
Okay.
I'm from Bankhead, Collier Heights, Adamville.
Right.
Adamville,
hey, man,
Scarberry, Library.
Notice,
you know what I'm saying?
Notice every West Side person, they got to name at least 5 streets.
hey, look, I'm from Collier Road, Harwell, Collier Heights, Adamville, Martin Luther King, High Tower Station, which is now Hamilton Home. You know what I'm saying? We got to go through the whole thing because now the new Atlanta, everybody be like, that wasn't the name back then. Right. Like Simpson Road now. I forgot what it's called. Nah, this Simpson Road, dog. Play it. No, this Simpson Road, dog.
Right. That's funny as hell.
But nah, I got started. So my bro Ryan Adams, we call him Sweet. My boy was talking about, I ain't calling no grown man Sweet. But that's my bro. And so actually I was his financial advisor. And I was helping him invest his money, whatever. And he came to me. He was like, man, you know I produce. He was in the band at Mars Brown. He played in the band at Doug. I played in the band for maybe 2 months, but whatever. Right. I played the trumpet. So we were friends back then, but then we reconnected. So I started representing him as a financial consultant.
Got you.
Next thing you know, he comes to me, he says, man, you know I produce. I was like, you produce what? Because he had all these little businesses and different things. So, like, where the hell you have time to get on the MPC? At that time, I didn't even know what they were producing on. I just know it sounded good, and I knew a hit when I heard it. So he was like, nah, man, I did such and such and whatever. So one day he called me. He was like, look, I want you to come over to Bankhead. He shot me the address. I think I was in the office. At that time, I had an office here in Atlanta, in Buckhead, and I rode over. I was like, the address was like Bankhead. I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know what to think, but I was like, cool, whatever. Right. This is my hood. So I was in a suit, actually. I was in a suit, and I had I think a S500 at the time. Like 25, that was like 25, 26. And so, I'm thinking I'm going to some building and, whatever, it's corporate, whatever. So I'm in my suit in the car. So I ride up, and it's the shopping center. And if you know Bankhead, you know the street. You know what I'm saying? You know everything that's on the street.
Right.
So you know where the Checkers is. On Bankhead.
Like
yeah, I know you probably
don't.
So there's a Checkers. That's the Checkers where everybody go to get fast food. Everybody hanging out, chilling, whatever.
Right.
But there's a shopping center across. And so I'm like, okay, that's where I'm going. So I pull up, and the parking is like right there in the front. Right. And it said D4L Studios. So I'm like, okay, this is okay. D4L. I don't know what this is. So my boy was in there, and Kool Lace was on the MPC banging out a beat. I don't know if you Kool Lace.
I know, I heard of Kool Lace.
Kool Lace is producer, host extraordinaire. He does about 1,000 things, but he's a legend.
Right.
He produced on the Kilo Ali album, He did Prince, Larry Blackmon, and Cameo. He's a producer, but he's a character.
Hold on. Prince the singer?
Prince the singer.
How you start off with Kilo Ali?
I know, because I'm from the West Side, putting it, we have back.
I'm just saying, you don't go from Kilo Ali to Prince.
Well, you can. You can. You know what I'm saying? But I understand where you coming from the hierarchy of producers. I understand.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, gotcha.
So Prince, Kilo Ali, that's the vein.
Okay.
Too Short, all that stuff.
Got you.
So he was on the NPC. My people were there, and then and Shawty Low and the whole D4L and Born Immaculate, who produced most of that first album, D4L. So he called me in to listen to the records. Right. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, the first record they play is Laffy Taffy. I'm like, man, this is crazy. Right. Bananas. Like,
I don't know, you felt like Laffy Taffy was crazy then?
I thought it was crazy because I knew it was different. And at that time, that wasn't in the market. I was surprised because I was a fan of Shawty Low before Laffy Taffy because he was still handing out mixtapes and stuff like that. And so when I heard... And Low really wasn't a rapper like that. He was the brains, exactly. He was,
for sure.
But I was like, man, this is crazy. This is something different. I think this gonna do something right here. Right. And they saw me, I'm in a suit and tie talking about this might do something different. They like, oh, okay.
They listening
so
to
the
you.
next thing they play is Bet You Can't Do It Like Me, the Spaceships on Bank. They played me all the records. Then we got to Cool Lace. They were finished in the record they did 2-3 records on that album. And so they were finishing that record. They played that. Make It Rain. I was like, ooh, that's gonna be crazy. So after they played it, my boy said like, hey, you gotta manage me and Cool Lace. We on the album. I'm like, man, I don't know nothing about management. I know about business management. I know how to get your money right and all that. No, we need you to manage. You got on the suit. You can go out.
You got on
money.
the suit. You got to
hey, look, you go to the. Hey, you can. We feel you can. And he believed in me enough to know that I knew business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't guide them wrong, but I put them in a position where they could win. And for me, being a novice and really not knowing, I give a lot of credit to him and Cool Lace letting me manage them because they had a production crew called Stack 'em Ace Productions.
Okay, that's funny.
And so Stack 'em Entertainment, which is my boy's company,
gotcha.
Which I ended up helping him run, which we ended up signing Lil Corey, who's Bando Jones. We did the Say Yes record. Yeah. Say Yes underneath our imprint independently. So with that being said, he believed in me to say, I know you can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he told me back then, he said, I feel like you're going to be one of the biggest execs in the game at some point.
Right.
And, I ran our studios in Greenbrier, which was legendary. Gucci, Rocco, everybody came through there. And George Clinton, Larry Blackman, all came to our one-room studio with a little sitting area in the back and a little office on the side and a little bathroom.
Is that the one of Donald Lee House or something like that? Didn't Devo have a studio?
Yeah, that's the one I went to.
Oh, that's the one you went to.
That's the one.
I've been in that one.
Where anybody could walk in.
Yeah, that one.
Right out the people street. selling coming in selling T-shirts, socks.
I know what you're talking about.
You'll be in the middle. They be in the booth. Yep. And they open the door and everything right there, So
I know what you're talking about.
But man,
that's how I came. It was funny the suit and tie shit. I came to Grand Hustle like that, like like that. Hey, I was coming for an interview. My dumb ass came in a prom suit.
And man, I need that picture.
Oh man,
you had the ruffles?
Nah,
no, okay, you had the damn ruffles.
I don't remember what I had.
Oh,
I ain't have all that, but they came downstairs like.
This dude's serious.
Well, welcome.
And what I realized, I was wearing suits, as a financial consultant. So it wasn't, I just wore suits everywhere I went. I didn't own no jeans, so it was casual, dress casual, or suit. Right. So when I came in that studio with the suit on, they were like, "Holy shit, what the hell?" But my boy Sweet already knew this nigga wear suits all the time. Right. So I was introducing to everybody in the suit. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny how much a person could dress in the respect level just
right
a little different.
Right, and we wore this story. We wore dress clothes from 6th grade all the way till we graduated. My mom wouldn't let us wear jeans to school.
Damn.
So we went APS at Harper, which is the worst school in APS. First day, we got roasted like crazy. Man, boy, they were like, boy, these boys like Muslim. Like, you Muslim, nigga? Where you been? Look, we got roasted every period. They were on us. Me and my brother had to huddle up at the end of the day.
That's
like,
hilarious.
We cannot let this continue, my nigga. We were like, this shit cannot go on. So we, man, what? No, we didn't sneak nothing. We wore the same but we found out certain niggas had weaknesses. Either they were slow, they were failing, and we were the ones tutoring their ass. Oh, dumbass. That nigga slow as Christmas. Man, you all slow. I know what your grades look like, nigga. You can perpetrate. I saw that 32. So we had to develop, you know what I'm saying? But nah, man, that's my start. You know, it was, you know, that's how we got started, and it propelled me to move on, and I loved it, and I love music.
That's hard.
So, you know, it just propelled me to, first it wasn't, and then it wasn't about the money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing well, and I didn't, you know, come into it with, you know, these expectations. I'm finna make all this and do all of that. I was more in a mode of let's help, let's see where I can be of assistance, and helping people with their careers and putting them in position to win. And so, you know, with that being said, every creator should come in that way too. They gotta love it, man. You gotta love this. You cannot come in this thinking it's all about money, because the love of it creates money. When you love something, you can tell the guys that love it, like a Timberland and all these cats. They didn't care if they were in the basement, dark, trying to figure out where the electricity was coming from to make that beat. But they loved it.
Right.
They had a passion for it. So you got to really have a passion for it and perfect what you're doing. And that way, that's going to create your legacy and what you want to leave.
I don't think you could be in the music industry and have success without loving it. Like, because you're going to go through so many ups and downs.
I remember when I met you.
I don't.
At Travis Studio when you working with Blanco a lot.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was shit. That was the I know which one. North side.
Yep.
Or North something. North Ave.
Yep. And I could tell you were gonna be dope. I mean, you were already dope, but I'm just saying I knew that you were gonna elevate even then. You know what I'm saying? Because you can look at people and see how they carry themselves, how they conduct their business, and you can instantly know what's gonna happen to them. So, you know, I give you your flowers. You've been doing your thing, and I'm proud of you.
Oh man, look, man, we're gonna handshake on that. That's love right there.
Yes, sir.
No, I appreciate that, man. But I appreciate you, you know, coming out, you know what I'm saying, when you didn't have to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
especially spreading knowledge and game that shit niggas just need to hear for real.
Nah,
you know
that's what it's all about.
You know, niggas need a light in this industry. So much shit going on.
Man, look, I'm here to be that light, man. And, you know, because light dispels darkness, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
And any dark corner that people trying to hide stuff, it's going to come to the light.
And it's an industry full of that shit. So.
Yeah. And I ain't no scared light either.
Right.
Believe that.
Right. Hey, man, no, look, like I said, to get further in the game, you got to have tough skin.
Yep.
And love what you do. And really, that's it. Like, you just got tough skin, love what you do. And because having tough skin, you're going to push through every door.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
because when you keep coming back, they like, he coming back for something, man. Something about him.
Even if it's in a different way. Like, they're like, damn. Like,
oh, yeah. Like, and that's what having so many different skill sets helps you. Oh, man, he was publishing. Then he come around with an artist that he just A&R. Then
this
he
artist
come
doing this and that.
And then he doing this. Then he doing that. Dang, I gotta mess with him. I gotta do something with this cat. Something about him. He just keep coming different ways. He beat me upside the head.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
So,
you know.
Man, well, look, I appreciate you coming out, dog.
And I appreciate you as well, man. Appreciate you having me.
For sure, man.
Definitely.